What common knowledge is actually completely false? If you touch a baby bird, the mom rejects it. Can confirm. A lot of sparrows live in my neighborhood. We regularly put bird food and water out for them, and one baby recently hatched and fell from its bird house. There were no birds around, so I took it inside and tried to feed it. Minor success. In the morning I put it back outside and the mom came for it immediately. This is actually true for some species of birds though. My mom breeds finches, and for some, even if you get too close to the nest, the mother will become suspicious and throw her babies out of the nest because she feels they may have been tampered with. Goldfish don't have a small memory. 10 to 30 seconds is what I usually hear. They have a memory of around a month and can be trained to do cute things like give kisses and play soccer. I've heard this was a lie made up to justify keeping them in tiny bowls. They can also survive for several months with almost no oxygen. They have an incredible adaptation to poor water where they can create ethanol and push it into their surroundings. Basically, people used to keep goldfish in awful conditions that slowly killed them because they believed 3 myths. They have a poor memory. They only grow to the size of their container. They only live a year or so, max. So people would get goldfish from the fair, put them in a tiny bowl with no enrichment and give them no oxygenating airflow. When they died a few months later, it just reinforced the myths. What makes me saddest, as an aquarist, is that fish legally count as decoration, not a pet. That means there is no punishment for killing them or taking poor care of them. The Great Wall of China is not the only man-made structure that can be seen from the space. In fact, it can't really be seen by the unaided eye in low orbit at all. If you could see the Great Wall from space, you would also be able to see every single highway and road. Indeed. What's more, the only human-made structure truly visible from space, that I am aware of, is our electrical grid. In other words, city lights on the night side of our planet. Interestingly, soon enough in the next decade or two, we might have space telescope arrays powerful enough to see city lights on the night sides of exoplanets in about a 15 to 25% wide portion of our galaxy, assuming aliens truly exist somewhere in this regional vicinity of our galaxy. Even more interesting. Simple sea plankton likely bioluminescent in vast sea mats at various times, also visible from space. Further, forest regions are visible from space. Thus, we humans are not the first species to do things here on Earth that is visible from outer space. Again, forests and simple sea plankton have been doing that for hundreds of millions of years before us. Finally, a bit of a scary thought. Any aliens with space telescope arrays in this region of the galaxy would have spotted those forests and plankton on Earth a long time ago, along with clear signs of chemical disequilibrium, due to life, in our atmosphere. This means that if there are any advanced aliens out there, they've known for a very long time that Earth has life. We can't hide from them, they know we're here. They've known all along.
There has never been a reported account of someone putting razor blades in people's candy on Halloween. Mom always tells me that she knew kids who've been hurt from that and she's seen candy with razor blades and stuff in them.
There has only been 3 cases of kids eating poisoned Halloween candy. All 3 were parents poisoning their own kids. One was just a kid who got into their parent's drug stash and dead. It was just after Halloween, so his parent claimed he got poisoned candy. The police figured it out. One was a parent trying to get insurance money, and I can't recall the third. You shouldn't actually pee on a jellyfish sting. You gotta pee on the jellyfish before it stings you. Assert dominance, convince it you Poseidon. Most organic venoms are proteins, and the application of heat to the wound can help reduce some of the effects of the venom by denaturing the protein. My GF stepped on a stingray and the stinger went into her foot. She was in extreme pain and I got her very hot water, just short of scalding, and dipping her foot in it helped relieve the pain by a lot. We switched out the foot bath every 5 minutes to keep the water temp high and she was mostly fine. A doctor looked her over for any pieces of stinger left inside her foot and cleaned the wound. Contrary to common knowledge, Lightning can strike repeatedly in the same place. Entire purpose of lightning rods. The belief that the daddy long legs is actually the most venomous spider in the world, but the only reason its venom can't hurt you is because its fangs are too short to puncture human skin. Daddy long legs technically aren't even spiders, and even if they were, their fangs are actually as long as other more dangerous spiders. And for the record, the most venomous spider in the world is the Brazilian wanderer, whose venom has a very interesting side effect on human males before it kills them. You've got a series of semi-correct statements in there. There are several types of arthropod called daddy long legs. Harvestmen, one type, are closer to scorpions or crabs than spiders and have no fangs. But others, often called cellar spiders, are true spiders. Moreover, they're a hugely varied clade that includes both venomous and non-venomous species. Most venomous cellar spiders can bite humans, but don't and only dry bite, no venom, when they do. This is because they're very efficient solitary hunters and only use their venom for prey. It's not very painful or dangerous to larger predators, and they're better off avoiding predation by being inconspicuous and unappetizing, small bodies, long legs, translucent bodies, than trying to threaten them with the risk of impotent venom. Also, the most venomous spider is the Sydney funnel web, followed by the Australian redback. In terms of per gram venom toxicity in humans, the Brazilian wandering spider still makes it to the top 10, but what makes it particularly dangerous versus the other two is that it is extremely aggressive, venomous from even infancy, and virtually never dry bites, always preferring to inject a maximum dose of venom. The side effect, by the way, that you're referring to is priapism and is also a side effect of the Australian redback. Edit. Since people are asking, priapism is a prolonged and painful erection. There's a number of causes, and it's said to be extremely unpleasant, that people by 1400s thought Earth was flat. History teachers say that to students, but it's fake. By 1400s people knew Earth was round, they just didn't know America existed and were trying to find a route to reach India. Hey! Thanks for all the upvotes and replies. I just started in Reddit today and am loving this community. Ancient Greeks were aware the Earth was spherical. The math proving the shape, and relative size, of the Earth is really, really old. Also, when they say India they mean Japan. To sum a long story short, India was the common term for what we now call Asia. India was called Hindustan. Check out our other videos and subscribe and leave your suggestions and experiences in the comments below. Have a great day.